Okay, first and foremost, as usual, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honors to our apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. Basically, his videos coming at you with the, through inspiration of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, of course, by men of the Lord, brothers here at the Dallas Live Show. They were making a good point. Basically, you got people talking shit about us, dealing us speaking, Baloo obviously was scoffing, saying that, we talking to the trees, this, that, and the third. I mean, talking to the birds. Apostle Gabar, he made a video about us, not us, sorry, about how Esau is jacking up the earth and, making sport of cutting down trees and things of that nature, man. But the days to come, where the Lord is going to put his spirit back up on us, that same spirit that was on Adam, the same spirit that was on Solomon, to have dominion over the fowls of the earth, over the beasts of the earth. Just going to go into a couple scriptures just to prove that point. First thing I want to go into, let me do this first. Go into this is Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. Well, I'm gonna start at sorry. Let me start at I got started at 21. Is and the powers created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind, and the powers saw it that it was good. Right? Now, when it said every living creature, give me 1 second. It's watch. It's talking about man as well. I'm gonna bring it out. This is bear with me. Right. This is Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 48. It goes on to say, for the dumb water and without life brought forth living creatures at the commandment of the Most High, through the angels, as we know, that all people might praise the wondrous works. What's the wondrous works? The living creatures that came from out of the water, the whales, like the scripture said, which represent the fish, all those different living creatures in there, even crabs, lobsters, those unclean creatures that live in the water. I'm gonna read it again. It says, for the dumb water and without life brought forth living things at the commandment of the Most High, that all people might praise the wondrous works. Right? Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one that callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan. And the word Enoch is Hanawach, which means upright or wise, because there was a difference in the creatures, because one was given wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and one was just to be a creature, to be feast upon, So I'm gonna go back. This is Genesis 1. Go back to 1 and 21. And the powers created great whales, which represent fish, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the powers saw that it was good. And the powers blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. And the power said, let the earth bring forth the living creature. Continuing on, it says, after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And the powers made the beast of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the power saw that it was good. And the power said, let us make man in our image, meaning giving them order. All right, because when you had you had the Most High, you had the angels, then you had Yahushua, then you had the rest of the angels, right? Which which then gave men order. All right, because Yahushua is over every man, like as you read in 1 Corinthians the 11th chapter. Right, continuing on, it says, and the power said, let us make man in our image, meaning giving them order, giving them instruction, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing creepeth upon earth. So the powers created man in his own image. In the image of the powers created he them, male and female created he them. And the powers blessed them, and the powers said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth. All right, let me see something real quick. Right, verse 28, the word replenish in the margin here says, I'm sorry, it says fill the earth, you know, because when you have dominion over something, you know, you're dictating, you filling it up, man. You taking charge, and that's the point here. I'm reading right here just for this segment of the video of this lesson, if you will. And it says, and subdue it, right, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Right. So we're to have when we're in our likeness and our image, when we're being the people who the Most High established us to be, then we have dominion over the earth, over every living thing over the earth. And it's funny too, because me and another brother was talking yesterday. It's messed up because we could the things that we're over, in particular the food that we can eat. It's crazy because we're kind of scared of it. If you were to see like a bull in the middle of the street, you'd be like, damn, you would have to run away. But the Most High set that bull up or that ox up, you know, for you to eat. You're over it. That's our prey. But right now, being in the state that we're in this lower state that we're in, we're actually scared of our own food. All right. Just want to bring out some more points. You know what? As a matter of fact, I do have this here, which because this is how you get. Come on, man. There we go. This is how we get the Hebrew characters in the alphabet. Is based on the dominion that Adam had over the other the creatures of the earth. Some of them, you know. So I'm gonna use this one right here. You see, you have the ox, where it says the ox, or this could mean cattle as well, you know, which is the ah. So this is what the first thing was, you know, that Adam named, you know, was the ox, and it's ah. All right. Oh, you have Gamal, which is camel. You know, when you look at it, the head represents the camel. This character represents the head of a camel. All right. Moving on. Let me see. There's some more in here. Okay. You have Nawan. You know, Na, which means fish. All right. Even here, the word the water. You see, this is basically represents like waves, and this is the water, the connecting of the water. All right. Okay. Lamad, which this says ox or gold, but basically what we were taught and what I believe as well is that this represents a snake. All right. It represents a snake because Yahushua said, "What be wise as serpents, as harmless as doves." You know, because when you're learned, what the word lamad means learned, and that's to be serpentine, to have subtlety, right? Like Jacob did with when he beguiled Isaac to get the blessing. You know, he used subtlety. He played the serpent, which ultimately is wisdom. All right. Yeah, yad, which is hand. Okay. Let me see if there's another one. Okay. Well, this one says kopa, which means it says monkey. I don't know how true that is. I was never taught that, but I wouldn't put it past, man. I wouldn't put it past that's what it is. Again, going back to what Adam had dominion over everything on the earth, so he named everything on earth. All right, just like when you see in the American alphabet or the English alphabet, how did they teach you the alphabet? A stands for apple, and they showed you an apple so you can get the recollection of that, so it can stick in your head. That image can stick in your head so you can remember. So it's the same thing. Well, Adam is the one actually that created that. All right, using the animals. Why? Because we had dominion over the animals. Like brothers are saying, like, why Apostle Gabar made that video, why brothers are stressing the whole mourning of the animals, the whole mourning of the earth. Why? Because if you were back then and you were the angel, those angels that created the earth, you gave the order on the earth, man. All right, you are a part of naming the animals and giving dominion on earth. All right. It's like, again, let me get this real quick. This is Second Ezra's. Brothers should know where I'm going. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And it says, after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this I have spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Right, because those that line that came out of Adam was the children of the Most High through Adam. When you can read that in Genesis the 6th chapter, how the sons of God slept with the daughters of men. Who those sons of God? That was that chosen line from Adam, who had the original dominion over the earth, as we just read, because the earth was made for the sons of God. All right. Some other things I want to tap into through the Spirit. This is I'll just go here. The Spirit got me going here. 1 second. We're gonna tap into this real quick. This is 1 Kings 4:29. Because Solomon basically had what? He had all wisdom, all manner of wisdom, and people travel far and near to take heed to Solomon's wisdom. All right. Now I'm gonna start verse 29. It says, "And the power, or Slakia, the Most High, gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is of the sea is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt." All right, because even to this day, they try to use the wisdom of the Egyptians to be so great. So even back then, it was well known that the Egyptians' wisdom was so-called wisdom was great, But the scriptures is telling us what? That Solomon had greater wisdom than the Egyptians, right? So it says, it's going to explain, it says, "For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan, the Ezrahite, and Heman, and Chalco, and Darda, the sons of Mahol, and his fame was in all nations round about. And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spake of trees, from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts, and of fowl, and of creeping things, and of fishes." So Solomon had knowledge of all those things that we just read. Now, when you read it in the Hebrew, just want to get the points. Right. Now, 1 second. Just want to look at something real quick. That's why this is important to go into the Hebrew. Let me see. Just checking something right quick. Let me make sure. Right. Now it says, right. Now it says, now when you read this part here, it says Waya Dabar, meaning the Wa is and Ya is he. Dabar means to speak, that you see here. He spake of trees, you know, and it says Al, where it says Ha'ai Tazayim, which I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Then now it says, and he spake on or unto trees. So Solomon had the knowledge of trees. Solomon had it's crazy enough to say that, you know, being that he had all that wisdom, he had that knowledge, he could speak to the trees. Now, one may watch this and be like, "Yeah, you're bugging out. You're bugging out." Now, when I looked this up because I heard about this, brothers, we was talking about this once upon a time, and people actually talk to plants to help them to grow, right? Because, you know, these are living creatures. You know, as we read earlier, how Adam had dominion over all creatures on the earth. Now it says, an adage out there goes, if you have nothing, hold up, maybe let me make sure I'm not missing nothing. Okay, so it says here, an adage out there goes, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But when Mythbusters, Tory, Bellacy, Carey, Byron, and Scotty Chapman experimented with the power of words on plants, the opposite rang true. Some plant enthusiasts think that showering seedling with sunlight, water, and healthy soil isn't enough to really make their roots sing. These backyard botanists, someone that deals with plants, believe they can sweet talk their garden into growing better to see whether kind words could really yield fertile results. The skeptical Mythbusters produced 60 pea plants and divided them into 3 greenhouse groups. Let me scroll down a little. I'm right here. Then they recorded 2 soundtracks, one of loving praise and one of cruel insults, and played them on repeat in 2 separate greenhouses. A third greenhouse remained. A third greenhouse remained mum as an experimental control. To give the myth a fighting chance of flourishing, the team charted the plant's growth over 60 days. Afterward, the Mythbusters determined the winning greenhouse by comparing plant masses from the 3 groups. To their surprise, the silent greenhouse performed poorest, producing lower biomass and smaller pea pods than the other 2. Although there was no difference in plant quality between the nice greenhouse and the mean greenhouse, the soundtracks seemed to produce a positive effect in both. See that? Come on, son. That's Satan in a mist. Yeah. But anyway, I'm trying to get the dig. I'm trying to get the rest of it. That's Satan. Oh well, man. Yeah, but basically it was basically saying that, as we read, that when people talk to trees or they played the music, one was nice, one was harsh, that it still had a better effect on the trees if you just on the plants, if you will, if you just left them alone. Right now, imagine the spiritual vibration that a righteous man has. You know, just like when you read this is Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 5. It says, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in this land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, and Yahweh our power in all things that we call upon for him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Right. So if we were to keep our law, statutes, and commandments correctly, all the other nations, they would be in awe towards us. Why? Because we have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai on us, which we're going to get in due time, in due season. That's the same concept as the animals. If we come with in that likeness and in that image that was given unto us from the days of Adam, the animals and the trees, the scriptures tell you that the trees are going to rejoice. The scriptures tell you that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just get it. This is Isaiah 11:8. And the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. Right, because in that day, we're gonna have that glow, in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have that glow. But right now, we're pushing out the vibration, as the brothers were saying out in Dallas. That what? That we're pushing out that vibration. So the birds, which are the fowls of the air, the trees, they're starting to rejoice already, because the prophets, the men of the Lord, that spirit, that vibration of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is coming back. Amen. As funny as it may seem, birds don't speak. They don't speak English unless you have a parakeet that repeats you. But birds can discern the time. Animals can discern time. There's something in the world. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I just want to brief it, man. I don't want to do too much. I'll pull it up. It's something in the world called circadian rhythm. I'm just basically going on a fly right now. It's something I looked up in recent history, a couple months back, how animals, they already know, like for instance, a bear knows when to hibernate, and they prepare when to hibernate. When the thunders and clouds come, birds fly away. They know when the winter is coming. For us that live in the Northeast, they know when to leave. Birds fly south for the winter. That's a saying. They'll get away. Now there's something called circadian rhythm. Now how do we know? Well, how do birds know when to chirp in the morning, or even when the cock crows? Why? Because they're one with the season. And not for nothing, that's why these people, they got a problem with us when we talk about the new moon. We're one with the seasons. We're one with the earth. All that was made for our sake. All of that was, everything on earth was made for the men of the Lord, man, for Israel ultimately. But if you're not moving in that manner and that vibration, if you will, it's going to seem null and void. It's going to seem pointless. All right. Oh, I just read something like that. Matter of fact, let me just get this scripture right quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. I'm going to just read 25 and I'm going to read down. It says, this is regarding wisdom. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. I started 24, Salakia. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. She passive and go through all things by the reason of her pureness. Wisdom. This is talking about the wisdom. This is talking about the breath. That image that Adam got. That breath, that knowledge, wisdom, understanding of all things. Right? For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High. See, we're moving in that manner of wisdom. We're a mirror unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahushua got kind of, mad at Philip when he said, yo, when Philip asked, he said, show us the Father. He said, haven't I not been with you this whole time, Philip? Because Yahushua was moving in that likeness, in that manner. That's why he was able to walk on water. That's why he was able to manipulate elements. All right. Continuing on, it says, therefore can know the foul thing. No, verse 25, I'm going to read. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. That's why none of y'all can get why we keep the New Moon Shabbat. Why brothers are concerned with the earth and the conditions of the earth and the animals and conditions of the animal. Because you guys are defiled. The scripture says to the pure, all things are pure. To the defiled, all things are defiled. Continuing on, it says, for she is the brightness of the everlasting night, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things and remain in herself. She maketh all things new, and in all ages into holy souls. She maketh them friends of the power and prophets. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. Listen to this. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of stars. Being compared with the light, she is found before it. See? Read it again. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of the stars, man. Because that's what put the order of the stars in. That's what put the stars in order. It was the wisdom. It was the breath that started from Yahushua and the angels on down to Adam. There was another account. I can't think of it. Matter of fact, I believe it was in Joshua. How the Most High basically stopped. He basically stopped the order of the moon. I think it was the moon. He stopped the order. He stopped it because basically it was a scenario. Israel was getting jacked up, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in Joshua. I just read it not too long ago. It was all for Israel's sake. Ultimately, that's the point. Let me see. I don't want to miss nothing. I know something else I wanted to get. Shit. Let me see if it's in the tabs. Okay. Salakia. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, yeah, I'm going to continue on in this because we talked about the trees, how he spake unto trees, and he spake of trees. He spoke about the trees because he was in one likeness with the trees, right? Now, if you scroll, I don't want to scroll, Salakia. Now, here we go. It says, right here, this space right here, it says, Why Yah Dabar, meaning, and he, Why, meaning, and, Yah, meaning he, Dabar, meaning spake, I'll, meaning honor unto, Habama, meaning the beast, right? It says, Why, I'll, Hawap, Salakia. Let me go now. I believe that's the files. Yep. Here we go. I wop, meaning the fowls. So he spake unto the beast and he spake unto the fowls. Now, one may say, oh, you're bugged out. You're crazy. How can he speak unto or speak to the beast and the fowls? Now let's go to the story where that actually happened to a heathen. Matter of fact, no, I'm not even going to go to that because the story I was making reference to was Balak sent for Balaam to go curse Israel. You can read that in Numbers, the 22nd chapter, I believe it is. But what I want to get is I'm gonna go to Noach, which is Noah, which means comfort in the Hebrew. This is the book of Genesis, right? The book of Genesis, chapter. I want to start at 6. Yeah, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua was upset with the conditions of the earth. He said he's going to destroy everything, right? we all familiar with this story, Noah, and how he you know, he saved the animals, you know, he took the animals 2 by 2, and it's not like he had a struggle. Noah wasn't setting up bear traps, man. He wasn't setting up gins and snares, you know. He wasn't setting those things up, you know. Noah had that spirit on him. Why? Because it said that he walked with the powers, man. You know, he was on a whole nother level. That's why the Most High saved Noah, because he kept that likeness, he kept that image that was from his forefathers. So he was able to have dominion over the beasts and the fowls of the air. Now I'm gonna read. It says, now this is Noah, or not Noah, Salaki. This is Genesis chapter 6 and verse 17. It says, and behold, even I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life, right? From under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife, and thy sons and wives, thy sons' wives, Salakia, with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark. So every creature that you see right now, Noah brought into the ark. You know, granted, there is some other creatures, some other beasts and fowls of the air that Noah didn't bring, because the scriptures talk about how the Most High create he created new beasts every day. He creates new creatures every day. Something being created every day. So the beasts and the fowls of the air of that time, Noah brought with him. You know, and you see that with Jake, man. You see that with Jake, man. You show that movie, you know, which I never knew nobody to do that from wherever I lived. You know, what's that movie? Training Day, man. When they came down there, and the dude, he was with the birds. He was basically he was communicating with the birds. He would, every time he would set the birds out, and that meant the cops would come. So Jake still got that form of power now, man. You know, Jake still, whatever Jake put in his mind, man, Jake gonna do it, man. You know, but we don't have it to the aspect of what we're gonna have. We're gonna do it like it's nothing, man. You know, we're gonna do it telepathically in that day. Now it says, of fowls of after their kind, of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee, and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that the powers commanded him. So he did. And Yahweh said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation. See, he kept the order, man. Right? For of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s, the male and his female, and the beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Right? Because see, he knew the order, man. He knew what was clean. He knew what wasn't clean. Right? Of fowls also by the air, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made I will destroy from off the face of the earth. Now this reminded me what I wanted to go to before, the whole thing about circadian rhythm. Let me see. Circadian. There you go. Circadian rhythm. Let's read about it right now. Because you niggas are lost in the sauce, B. You know? You scoffers out there, man. Y'all don't understand the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Now, it says a circadian rhythm is a roughly 24-hour cycle and psychological process of living beings, including plants, animals, fungi, and cyanobacteria. See, yeah, even bacteria, man. Bacteria is a living thing. It's a strict sense. Circadian rhythms are indigenously generated, although they can be modulated by external cues such as sunlight and temperature. Right. Let me see what this says. There's videos on it too. You know, Lord will, I put that in the I might post it as a comment too. You know, there's videos that when people talk about it, and this is matter of fact, damn. Let me go to the let me try to find a definition for it. Because it goes back to the Latin, which you niggas don't like to do, man. Body clock and sleep. Right. It goes all into it. Let me go to Wiki. It says circadian, I'm going to start right here, which controls your sleep cycle as well. A circadian rhythm is a biological process that displays an endogenous dealing with the genes, right? It says entrainable, right? Oscillation of about 24 hours. These 24 hours rhythms are driven by the circadian clock, right? It says, and they have been widely observed in plants, animals, fungi, and cyanobacteria, as we read earlier, right? Here we go. The term circadian comes from the Latin circa, meaning around or approximately, right? That proves, that cuts a flat earth doctrine right there, right? It says diem, meaning day, right? The formal study of biological temporal rhythms such as daily, tidal, weekly, seasonal, and annual rhythms is called chronobiology. Chrono meaning continuous or dealing with time. Biology, bio meaning a life, and ology meaning the study of. So it means, so literally this means the time of the study of life, because we operate on a certain time frame, you know. Continuing on, it says processes with 24-hour oscillations are more generally called diurnal rhythms. Strictly speaking, they should not be called circadian rhythms unless their endogenous nature is confirmed. Right. But when you go more into this is basically the reason why birds chirp 4 or 5 in the morning. You know, the same reason why bears hibernate in the winter, or polar bears come out in the winter. Why? Because the certain temperature and the certain light that the sun gives off, they react off of that. They don't have calendars. They just know, okay, this is when we move. You know, based off of the circadian rhythm, as it's being called in scientific terms. But what we would call the order that that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai set up through this matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This is Genesis chapter 1 verse 14. And the power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. See, the animals already know that. That's why the brothers in Dallas was expressing, and just like Apostle Gabar was expressing, that when birds, all these birds is collapsing, the fishes are showing up on the shores. That's all the signs of the times. The scripture says what? That he should think to change times and seasons, and referring to Esau in the book of Daniel. That Esau turned everything upside down. In the book of Isaiah, that was noted, that Esau was going to turn everything upside down. So when you see all these birds and the animals reacting in the way that they're reacting, is because it's the signs of the time. Matter of fact, that reminds me of this. This is Matthew chapter 6. Right. It says, I'm going to start at verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Which of you taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? Going back into that spiritual power again, right? It says, and why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. Just like you have certain trees out there on the earth where they die in the fall and they come back in the springtime, man. Because they automatically know the seasons. All right, just like we're coming in. Well, I didn't really see. That's crazy that the time that we live in, you didn't really, like me personally, where I live, I didn't really see dandelions. Dandelions usually spring up in the springtime. I didn't see dandelions this year. You know, we just jumped from winter into summer, man. The seasons is all messed up. All right. There was something else I was going to mention. Oh, yeah, I remember you got, again, going into the HARP program. You know, the HARP is messing up the seasons as well. All right? When brothers get a chance, you don't know about the HARP program. I forget exactly what the acronym means. HAARP. HAARP, correct. The HARP program, where Esau is manipulating the plate tectonics of the earth, which they're causing earthquakes and thunderstorms and hurricanes. That's why that in Sandy, I'll never forget, because I was out. I wasn't in the northeast for Sandy, you know, but they were talking about Sandy hitting the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Now, if you notice during that time, even now, birds are supposed to fly away when it rains. When it rains nowadays, or a hurricane to come, you see birds around, man. Why is that? Because these storms are being mechanically inclined, man. Mechanically developed, if you will. You know? So, hey, man. I just wanted to bring out the points on how basically the earth and the men of the Lord are in tune, pretty much, man. You know? And it's evident, man. You know? But with that, hope brothers was edified. Feel free, again, to leave comments, as usual. Shalom to the elect. You know, double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And again, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Shalom.